It begins like this. The Earth is about to be destroyed, but don't panic. Arthur Dent is just an ordinary Englishman. He likes tea, slippers, and not being bothered. On this particular Thursday, he's lying in front of a bulldozer that's about to demolish his house to make way for a bypass. What he doesn't know is that the entire planet is about to suffer the same fate. Because a fleet of alien bureaucrats, the Vogons, have decided Earth is in the way of a new hyperspace express route. Arthur's house? Gone? Earth? About to go. But just before the planet explodes, Arthur is whisked off Earth by his eccentric friend Ford Prefect, who, surprise, is not from Guildford. He's from a small planet somewhere near Betelgeuse. Ford has been living undercover as a human while working as a field researcher for a book called The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the most remarkable book ever to come out of the great publishing corporations of Ursa Minor. It's not exactly accurate, but it's cheap, popular, and has the words "Don't Panic" printed in large, friendly letters on the cover. Arthur and Ford hitch a ride on a Vogon ship. Unfortunately, Vogons are not just unpleasant. They're known for writing the third worst poetry in the universe. Arthur and Ford are forced to listen to it and survive it. Barely. Then they're thrown out of the airlock, into space, which should kill them in 30 seconds. But, improbably, in fact, infinitely improbably, they're picked up by a ship called the Heart of Gold, which runs on the infinite improbability drive. This engine doesn't just travel through space, it manipulates probability, meaning anything can happen, and usually does. On board the ship are Zaphod Beeblebrox, the two-headed egotistical president of the galaxy who stole the ship because it was cool. Trillian, an Earthwoman and brilliant astrophysicist who left Earth with Zaphod just before it blew up. And Marvin, a robot with a brain the size of a planet, and the emotional outlook of a rainy Tuesday. This strange crew is heading toward Magrathea, a legendary, long-dead planet where they used to manufacture custom luxury planets. Turns out, Earth was one of them. In fact, Earth wasn't just a planet. It was a supercomputer designed by hyper-intelligent pan-dimensional beings who looked like white mice to calculate the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. Not the answer. That part they already had. 42. They just didn't know what the question was. But before Earth could finish calculating it, boom! Bye, Earth. Now those mice, who've been posing as lab animals all along, want Arthur's brain. Because maybe, just maybe, the question is still in there. Arthur isn't thrilled about this. Meanwhile, Ford drinks a pan-galactic gargle blaster, which feels like having your brain smashed out by a slice of lemon wrapped around a large gold brick. Zaphod causes more chaos. Trillian keeps the ship on course. And Marvin complains. About everything. The group navigates planetary missiles, philosophical debates, and digital doors that talk too much. They meet Deep Thought, the supercomputer that originally calculated the answer to everything, who is still deeply unhelpful. Eventually, the crew escapes Magrathea and flies off in search of new adventures, new questions, and, of course, decent tea. What's the point of all this? Well, that is the point. Douglas Adams doesn't give us a chosen one or a final battle between good and evil. He gives us a tea-drinking Englishman trying to survive in a galaxy that makes absolutely no sense. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is about confusion, absurdity, and the cosmic joke of it all. It's about trying to understand the universe and realizing it's probably not going to explain itself. But it's also about resilience. Even when your planet blows up, Your house is gone, your robot is depressed, and nothing means anything. You can still make a cup of tea. You can still ask questions. You can still laugh. And maybe, just maybe, that's enough. So if you're ever feeling overwhelmed, like you've lost the plot or the planet, just remember, bring a towel. Don't panic. And if the answer really is 42, maybe the question is something you're already living.